inside kitchen ideas with a much happier, probably still sort of hungry and pretty thirsty audience. We've just finished our first course, a fresh goat cheese salad with a grass nap. I kind of think maybe I need a grass nap now. But we are going to move right along to the second course. What is the cocktail that we will be enjoying next?
The cocktail we're going to have next is called the Bushwick. And the way that our menu works at the bar is we do a section of classic cocktails, and then we do our version of that cocktail. The Bushwick is our rendition of a Manhattan, named after Bushwick, obviously New York. It features High West, Campfire, whiskey, obviously, which is a blend of single batch bourbon, rye whiskey, and a blended scotch. It's fantastic. It'll open your eyes. Also,
hair on your chest.
Hair on your chest. Lower your voice. Everything that you want to have in a cocktail. And then we also use, a little eye use on this one.
See, now I'm going to need a waxer too.
Yeah. Also, we use Via, which is a sweet vermouth. Basically, it's a vermouth made by winemakers, a California vermouth. Orange bitters, and then an orange peel. So,
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's my favorite.
It's your favorite?
It is my favorite. It's a recipe that it is my favorite. I didn't say that. It's a recipe that's
so easy to torment.
I appreciate it as well. It's a recipe that I've been working on for probably 2 years. I love a Manhattan. I love smoky whiskey, and I love oranges. So I've just constantly been trying to figure out a way to make it better, and I think this is probably as good as it gets. So I will make it now.
Excellent.
You start out with 2 ounces of the High West whiskey.
Okay, and again, we're going into the mixing glass.
Yeah, into the mixing glass, because this
rather
is...
than a shaker.
Right. There's no juice in this, so you don't want to shake it. You want to preserve as much of the alcohol flavor as possible, so you don't want to water it down too much. So we stir instead of shake, except for I'm shaking right now.
It's anticipation
It
for
is.
the cocktail
It is.
cup.
Yeah, and then we use 2 ounces of Via.
And that's California, you said, yes?
It is from California. Yeah, it's not.
Did I just make that up out of the side of my head?
Nope, it is a California vermouth. The sweetness of the Via kind of cuts down the smoky spiciness of the whiskey, and then.
And I love that you're putting that orange in there in 2 different ways.
Yeah, if you know anything about me and the cocktails that I make, I love oranges. I like to eat them. I like to drink them.
I love oranges and I love bitters.
Yeah, oranges and bitters.
Keep your sweet to yourself. Give me the
Exactly.
sour, give me the bitter, give me the strong, give me the,
And this cocktail gives you the best of all of those worlds. You get smoky, you get spicy from the rye whiskey, you get sweet from the Via, and then you get the bitter. Ice, thank you so much.
Ice.
Thank you.
I play fetch it girl, I play Vanna, do whatever.
You do well. Give it a stir.
Good stir.
The trick of stirring is you want to stir it enough to cool the cocktail, but you don't want to stir it too much because you don't want to water it down too much.
Diluted cocktails. Boo!
Solid booze in my brain.
They don't want diluted cocktails either.
I don't either. It took me forever to learn how to hold one of these things. Honestly, it took me the first 2.5 weeks of us being open where I could do it with one hand. And I've been.
And now look at you.
I know.
Oh, now we're gonna get into like the big snazzy.
So this is. I think this is the
Cocktail finish
only.
trick.
Yeah. This is the only flashy cocktail garnish that we use.
But you're not gonna like juggle stuff like.
I'm definitely not going to
Tom
juggle.
Cruise.
No, I couldn't hardly hold those bottles because I'm shaking so badly. But I am going to play with fire.
Scared.
It scares me. And what we're doing with the fire, basically, when we cut a garnish for these cocktails, and we use the citrus, we want to have just enough pith where you can actually manipulate the peel without it breaking. If you cut away too much of the pith, it'll
And
break
the
right
pith
down the
being
middle.
that bitter
The pith
white
is
layer underneath
the white stuff
zest.
that you can never peel enough off of your oranges, right?
Unless you like it bitter.
Unless you like it bitter.
You're like, eh.
And then whatever. But what we want to do is we're going to eject the orange oil from the peel into a flame, and which will char it. And it'll hit the cocktail, and it'll give you just a little bit more of the smoky, charred flavor that you're already getting from the campfire. But this just makes it a little more
And come
awesome.
on, it just looks cool.
It does. Yeah. People love to see fire.
Yeah.
And about, just a warning, about 20% of the time it doesn't really work that well.
So practice before you invite, your boss over to impress him with drinks at home.
Before you're sitting in front of 30 strangers and talking about how great it is. So hopefully this is the higher percentage. There you go.
And look,
And there is...
it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Worked twice, which is
Twice.
highly unlikely. And there you have my favorite cocktail.
Well, what we also have going on behind us are some beautiful portions of salmon wrapped in greens, little mustard sauce, and there are some morels coming later. I keep looking at them.
They're not going anywhere.
Anyway, I'm going to go over there and talk to my friends, the mushrooms, and these guys are going to make some cocktails and some salmon to serve our audience. If you stick around, we'll be right back for some more Tasting Oklahoma.